What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here on Madden 25 here with another rebuild, and today we're doing a little bit of a hypothetical. The Tennessee Titans, of course, hold the #1 overall pick, and their GM has confirmed they've obviously gotten offers. That's not a surprise. They have also said they won't pass on a generational prospect, whether that means Travis Hunter, maybe Abdul Carter, remains to be seen. But today, for this scenario, rebuild that is, we're going to be trading the #1 overall pick, so that's what we're going to be doing today in Madden 25. Let's jump in and do a trade the #1 overall pick, Tennessee Titans rebuild here. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me about 85% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you are in the 85%, want to change that as we're on the road to 10,000 subs, that'd be greatly appreciated. So per usual, we start with their signing stage. As always, the Titans have about $90 million in cap space. It is clear that drafting a quarterback could be a good idea for the Titans. Cam Ward could be the guy if they decide to take him, which I do ultimately believe that is what's going to happen. At least I think. Obviously, things can change just like that, but I do think Cam Ward will end up being a Tennessee Titan, which is why this video should be fun to try to make kind of a different change a little bit. So, as far as free agency is concerned, already looking at some of the options here. I'm not concerned about bringing any of these guys back. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So, Traylon Burks has been absolutely horrible for the Titans. He has not been good at all. That trade has just been absolutely terrible and dreadful. Hated it the day it happened and still stupid to this day. But I'm going to go ahead and re-sign Jerome Baker. I think he's like the only guy worth re-signing because he's been pretty good for the last couple of rebuilds I've had him. So, that'll be it. Everything else can just basically walk into free agency. And then we could go ahead and start off by trading the #1 overall pick. And by doing that, I want it to be very similar to what the Bears got. The GM of the Titans already said that they won't take any discount because this is a per se bad draft class. Now, other GMs may not agree with that notion, but I'm going to pretend they don't, and they get a similar package to what the Bears got. So that will be the plan, and we'll see what I can cook up for that to be the case. All right, so here's the trade that I want to try to make happen. The Jets trade up to #1 overall. So we're going to get the 7th overall selection. We're going to get a 3rd rounder, which this ended up being like a late 2nd rounder, but obviously the Jets have a high 2nd round pick. So we're going to take a 3rd rounder instead, and a 1st rounder in 2026, and a 2nd rounder in 2027. And of course, the icing on the cake is Garrett Wilson. This is a dream trade scenario, obviously. I don't think this is going to be a real life trade, but I'm just trying to based off what the Bears just got when they traded the #1 overall pick. So this is what we're going to do. I don't even know if the Jets will accept this, but we're going to see what they say. And just like that, they do accept. So just like that, they get the #1 overall pick, and we get Garrett Wilson in a haul of draft picks for trading the #1 overall away. So the Jets will be able to draft a quarterback, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the quarterback position. We just got Garrett freaking Wilson to start this rebuild off. So that is a great start to me. To start this rebuild off. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup now with Garrett Wilson added to the team. So again, that is a dream scenario. I don't actually think this is going to happen, but I think it makes for a fun video today. So Will Levis, I'm fine with him being the starter next year if it comes down to that. But if we can draft a quarterback, wouldn't be opposed to that either. So Will Levis, Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, Calvin Ridley, Garrett Wilson, and obviously Traylon Burks when he's healthy could be maybe the 3rd wide receiver, or we go get a different one. And as far as the offensive line is concerned, you do have Lloyd Cushenberry, who's hurt at the moment. So the left side of the offensive line looks good. The right side is where we have issues. Okonkwo is a solid tight end. Nothing to write home about, but he is, isn't he still pretty young too, like 25 or something? Yeah, he's only 25 years old. So I can still rock with that as our starting tight end. So offensively, to me, the only thing we really need to worry about, obviously quarterback, and then the right side of the offensive line, and maybe some wide receiver help going forward. Defensively, we have Arden Key, Harold Landry, Jerome Baker, Kenneth Murray. We have Amani Hooker still, Roger McCreary, who's superstar dev. That's awesome. Wouzier, and then L'Jarius Sneed, of course, too, once he is healthy. So there's a little bit to like about this roster, especially on defense. Like, the Titans' defense was decent. They used to be really good against, I remember they started the season, like, really good against the run, and maybe that held all season. I don't remember. But let's go straight into free agency because we have a ton of cap space to work with, and we'll see what we can start off here with free agency. So as usual, it's not a great free agency class, and we kind of already know that will probably be the case in real life anyway. So Will Fries, Andre Cisco, Jedrick Willis, and Mark Davenport is what we're going after. Simply, these are all just going to be starters for us, and none of these guys are like superstar players. So it's nothing to be super excited about, but it is, starters nonetheless that will fill some gaps for us. So Willis will also sign, so that is nice. So now we can head into the draft with the 7th overall pick, and then, obviously a late 3rd also in that trade, and then we'll have picks in the next 2 years, plus Garrett Wilson on this team as well. So the O-line, well, I guess, Will Fries and Jedrick Willis, everyone we signed is hurt, which is kind of interesting. And then third wide receiver, might just end up drafting that. And then we got Davenport, who will take over for Anderson there. So, and then once L'Jarius Sneed is healthy, that'll help out. And then Cisco is going to start a free safety. So, not too shabby. I can rock with it. Not a great free agency class. We got some starters. So now let's head to the draft. So the Jets have the #1 overall pick. So I'm curious to see if they do take a quarterback. It would be very funny if they didn't, because obviously you don't trade that much if you're not going to draft a quarterback. So let's see. Do they take Cam Ward? And they do. Okay, so that makes sense. I'm glad that ended up being the case. Well, let's go see what falls to us at 7. So the Browns will take Abdul Carter. The Giants get Shador Sanders. We got the Patriots taking Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, and Jalen Walker. So a lot of different ways we could go about this, but I do think taking Pierce is going to be my favorite one here. We could take Prince as what at Ole Miss. Could take an O lineman or D tackle or whatever. That's fine too. But, and then of course there's like Ted McMillan's on the board, but I do believe, and then we could draft a quarterback too. We could do that, but I'm probably going to wait to see if one of them falls to me. Potentially around 2 if we like any of the options. But I'm going to take James Pierce here to start this one. Going to play him at outside linebacker, obviously, to go after the quarterback in this scheme. But very, very happy to have James Pierce on the roster. So welcome to Tennessee. You will take over probably for Arden Key more than likely. And then let's go see what we got in round 2. Early round 2 as well. So if Milroe is still here, we're absolutely taking him. I just don't know if he would fall to this point. And he is here. So honestly, that worked out great. So Jalen Milroe will, in fact, be our pick here. We got our quarterback to replace Will Levis. And Milroe, I think, can get the job done in round 2. Very happy with that. So welcome to Tennessee. Jalen Milroe, 92 speed. We can absolutely work with that going forward. And then I would love nothing more than get him a wide receiver in round 3 that maybe he's familiar with. If we find an option, or I guess there's not that in this draft. So we don't even have a round 3 from the Snead trade, which sucks, but Xavier Watts goes. So let's see who's still available for us. So we have Jackson Dart, Ollie Gordon, Marshall, Lander Barden, Jake Brenningstool. Nothing too crazy. So wide receiver probably won't be drafted here. We do have Jalen Knoll still here, I guess, which isn't bad. Restrepo, also Jordan Beck, Torrey Horton. But none of these guys I'm absolutely in love with. So we're going to not worry about wide receiver. At least we got Garrett Wilson this offseason. So I guess let's just take a look at what we want. We don't want to take Ollie Gordon. We are fine at corner for now. Jake Bringstool, the Monte Capehart. Honestly, taking a Kobe King is probably going to be my pick if I had to guess, just because I don't really like a lot of the other options. So David Bailey, Jalen Knoll. I am going to take Kobe King here. Kobe King is going to be our pick. C-zone, but he has good speed, A-man coverage, so I think he'll be just fine at middle linebacker, eventually taking over for that spot. So yeah, I can feel pretty decent about that, and that will be our draft. So first offseason in the books. I cannot wait to kind of see what the lineup looks like. I guess we have an early round 4, so let's see if we can get here too, and then we'll call it good. So early round 4, we got Marshall, Ollie Gordon, Dart, and then we got a right tackle on the board. I don't know much about Ozzie Trapilio. Don't think I've ever taken him before, but sure. Let's take some O-line depth. Never can be upset with some O-line depth. 159 true value. Only a normal dev. Maybe he doesn't end up ever playing for us, but it was a 4th round pick, so it's all good. I'll see you guys with the lineup for year number 1 after this first offseason. All right, so here is the lineup going into season number 1. Offensively, things look pretty solid other than Lloyd Cushenberry still is not healthy, so he's out for 2 more weeks, which is a little disappointing, but it's all good. So we have Ridley, Gary Wilson, and then Traylon Burke still isn't healthy either. But Spears, Jalen Milroe, Will Levis backing him up for now. But once we get a center in the building, or Lloyd Cushenberry starting, the offense will look a little bit better. Defensively, we have Cisco, James Pierce, Kenneth Murray, Kobe King, Harold Landry. They also took us strong safety depth, which is awesome. And we have Chidobe Awuzie, Simmons, Tavondre Sweat, Davenport, Snead, and Roger McCreary. So very solid, very happy with how this looks. So we're also going to change this to... let's see if we could just go base 4-3, or sorry, base 3-4 is what I want. So, yeah, we'll do that, and I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. Won't change the playbook this year for now, but if Milroe really struggles, then maybe we eventually will. But hopefully this team surprises us a little bit, maybe win more games than we think. It all depends on how good Milroe is his rookie season. I cannot wait to see how it works out. Well, in year number 1, things do not go very well. We went 3-14, so not off to a fantastic start by any means. So playbook changes will probably be in order, but I love, usually, you know, sometimes I change playbook year one, but usually I like to see what happens with the playbook right in front of us. And immediately this did not work out at all. So honestly, I think we have some talent on this team. So that is a little disappointing to only win 3 games. The Jets made it all the way to the Super Bowl. That's actually crazy. Cam Ward was fantastic right away. But let's take a look at our stats. So offensively, we're 27th in the NFL. And okay, we'll see how Moreau did in just a second. Defensively, also 27. So, oh god, yeah, that's basically what Will Levis would give the Titans. Not great. Not great at all. 7 touchdowns, 600 yards from Tony Pollard. 900 yards from Ridley and Garrett Wilson, 700 from Burks. Defensively, sacks-wise, you had 12.5 from Simmons, 4.5 from Landry, and James Pierce with only 2. So just all around really, really bad stuff. Not a great offseason by any means. And on top, or sorry, not a great season by any means, but on top of that, the pick that we got from the Jets is going to be late now because they made it to the damn Super Bowl. So all around, really bad way to start this video. I will not lie to you. But we got Garrett Wilson, who is a free agent, which obviously we traded for him. We will keep him. So he will be back. Great start. Roger McCreary, superstar dev and only 26 years old. Yeah, I think he'd keep that around if you ask me. So same thing with him. He will be back. And then Peter Skoronski, I'll accept a 5th-year option. Now, Hooker is 28 years old, but I think we can do better. And we did technically draft a different safety, or at least the AI did for us. I don't know if that safety is going to be really good right away, but also going to keep Okonkwo. And then Arden Key, I mean, he's 30 years old already, so yeah, I think I'm good. I think we'll leave the rest here, let them all walk. So now let's go to free agency, and we'll see what the lineup's looking like. So I can't imagine Moreau unlocked anything more than star dev because he was just not good at all. So hopefully with the playbook, he can be, our playbook change, he'll be better. He still has superstar dev, I guess. We'll take that. 1923 was pretty horrible. Pollard, oh my gosh, he's regressed like crazy. So new running back definitely could be, yeah, we're going to cut Tony Pollard right now because we could give Tajay Spears the keys, but I do think having a different running back would probably be better. Obviously, this team used to rock with Derrick Henry. O-line is now fully healthy, although it's not a spectacular O-line. It's all star dev, so hopefully they all just develop nicely. And then defensively, we have James Pierce, who's superstar dev as well, and then McCreary and Snead. Chidobe Awuzie is already down like crazy, so we could probably cut him as well if we want to. Yeah, we can free up 12 million. So we're going to cut Chidobe Awuzie as well, and we'll see if we can't get better this offseason through free agency and the draft. So Kobe King's going to be a starter this year. Harold Landry's still here. I know he's been in trade rumors for a couple years now. So yes, we could technically release him, but I kind of want to see what our options are in free agency first before we do that. We're making 3 offers in free agency: Odafe, Romeo Doubs, and Kendall Fuller. If we sign Odafe, we will cut Harold Landry. So let's see if he does accept our offer, and he does not. So Harold Landry might live to fight another day. But Doubs and Kendall Fuller are 2 really good signings, in my opinion, for both positions of need. Joe Thuney was somebody I did want to bring in as well. Although he might retire on us. I mean, he would be a solid, better O-lineman than what we have currently. But I may pass on that simply because we could go for, I mean, I don't know. Do I want an aging Khalil Mack? Probably not. Greg Newsome, we got Kendall Fuller, so no need for that. Jalen Phillips was going to be my other option to go for, but he already signed somewhere. So that might be all we really do in free agency. So missing out on Odafe sucks because, like I said, I was going to cut Landry if I had got Odafe there, but I didn't. So not much you can do about that. But we still walk away, or we still walk into the draft with 2 first-round picks regardless. So we can be happy. Obviously, one of them is going to be kind of late, which sucks, but 2 first-round picks is nothing to be upset about still. So we'll see what we can do in the draft, but that is where we'll head next. All right, so we get to pick at number 3 overall and number 32. So let's see what falls to us at pick 3. So we got Caleb Downs and Ruben Bain going 1 and 2. So we pick 3. Obviously, we could do a number of things here. TJ Parker, we have quarterbacks, which we will not take. Could take a right tackle as well, or could take, I mean, a lot of different options here. Kendrick Law, Traore, but who do we want? So do we take a left tackle? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it if we got Francis to protect Jalen Moreau. I mean, our O-line isn't great by any means. So, yeah, I do think I'm going to take Francis here. So, Francis is going to be our first overall, or third overall pick. Number 8 true value, got him at 3. So, not a bad pick. A+ is what they give me for a grade. So, Now we get to pick at 32. I get, oh, dude, I just realized the Jets won the damn Super Bowl. So we gave them Cam Ward and they won the damn Super Bowl. So shout out to the Jets, dude. They turned a great thing into something special. Parker's still on the board, which I might have to take him. I'm not going to lie. Or we could take, I'm also considering running back here because we do need a running back. But maybe we wait. So we could take Love, Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. I'm pretty sure I've heard of him. Speed is great. You know what? Give me a running back. We need a running back to replace Tony Pollard. So we're going to take a first round running back. 20 true value, draft 32, 94 speed. Yep, sign me up. So welcome Tennessee, Jeremiah Love. And now we have number 35. And then we have a third rounder. So no extra picks in this part of the draft. So Deontay Lawson and Joe Brunner go. And then some of the other guys we could have taken. Like, so Parker still being here. I'm going to go ahead and take him at this point in the draft. Just kind of a steal, I think, in my opinion, for where he's at right now. So welcome to Tennessee. And then third round pick will be coming here soon. And then we'll get in the lineup for year number 2. So third rounder at 67, Ramsey, Takaru Davis go before we're about to pick. We have Torian York. We have Eugene Wilson, Sony Styles, Darius Taylor. And then we could take an offense, some more O-line depth. But also could take a safety as well, which I would not be opposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and take Mr. Smith here, whatever his first name is. I don't know. But 142 true value is hidden dev, 88 speed. So might just come off the bench still, but still not a bad draft, not a bad offseason. But hopefully this next year we could be more successful. I'll be changing the playbook to give Milroe maybe a little bit of a better chance of being, good. But we'll see what we decide to do. So we start off the week against the Houston Texans, our fellow division rival. But let's go ahead and take a look at this lineup for year number 2. So Milroe. Jeremiah Love is not ready to start over Tajay Spears, although I'd rather start Love over him. So Francis will start right away at left tackle or right tackle, which is totally fine in my opinion. Dubs, Garrett Wilson, and Calvin Ridley. They also drafted us Concepcion out of, I think he went to NC State, but I think he might have transferred if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. TJ Parker's gonna be great depth. We still have a lot to like, man. And they also took us Thienman, who I was like kind of looking at in the third round. So very solid there. And then offensively, this is where I want to consider all options. So I think from one Alabama quarterback to another, we're going to change this to Philadelphia playbook. I feel like Milroe could run that fairly well. So that is what we're going to run with. So hopefully it'll work out better this year where we're, a better team, because last year we were horrendous. So we'll see how it goes. Philadelphia playbook, what we're rocking with for this year. And hopefully this team can make the playoffs this year and surprise us. It looks like changes the playbook helped out quite a bit. We finished up at 10-7 and get to play the Buffalo Bills in this first round matchup. So it's a lot better to see this and compared to what we saw last year. So let's take a look at the stats. So offensively, there we go, 10th in the NFL. So I think changes the playbook helped out a ton. And defensively, not bad either. So we had 20. Oh my gosh, dude. Milroe, what are you doing? You're like Jameis Winston out there. So who knows what's going to happen when Milroe has the ball in his hands. 28 touchdowns, 27 interceptions is pretty wild. 19 touchdowns and 812 yards from Jeremiah Love, though, which is awesome. Garrett Wilson had a great season. Dubs was pretty good as well. So that's all great and handy dandy. Sacks-wise, you had 11.5 from Jeffrey Simmons, 8 from James Pierce this time, 3.5 from Davenport, 3.5 from Landry, 3 from Kobe King, 3 from T'Vondre Sweat, 2.5 from Billy Bowman, and then 1 from Baker. And then interceptions, you had 5 from Snead, 4 from Fuller, 3 from Cisco, and 2 from Baker. All right. Well, let's jump in and see what Milroe is going to give us in the playoffs. All bets are off. Anything is possible here, so I'll see you guys when we're in there. I'm definitely expecting to see a couple yellow plays or two because I just have a feeling about Milroe turning over the football. As they go up 7-0, we respond to field goal, but the Bills are not stopping scoring on us, and we cannot respond to it, looks like, unless, okay, another field goal probably won't help us out now. Another field goal. It's 9-21, so technically we can get back in this game. Okay, can we take the lead back? No way, right? 22-21, and the Bills will lose. Oh my gosh, they had, what, a 21-6 lead or something like that? We just came back and won. Joe Milroe, shout out to you. 2 touchdowns, 83% completion percentage. Did he throw a pick in this game? He did not. Neither did Josh Allen, though. We won. That's all that matters. So we're moving on to divisional round, where I thought for sure we were about to get stomped based how that game started, but we're moving on, man. So we'll be happy to see who we're playing next. We just played a damn good team in the AFC, of course, so all bets are off on what's going to happen in this one, but L'Jarius Sneed does get to return to Arrowhead in the playoffs, so let's just see how this unfolds. We start with a football on the road, and we will go down 7-0. Can we get a touchdown? We do, 7-7. All right, so far, Milroe is impressing me in these playoffs, but we have a 13-7 lead for Kansas City. Now, I'm going to come out here and see if I can't steal a touchdown before this half is over, because sometimes I can make some magic happen. So that's what we're going to try to do here. So Garrett Wilson, Wiley, I'm looking for both of y'all. So if Wiley can get out of bounds here, that'd be great. I think they are. If that's a good throw, ooh, yeah, I deserve that. I might be giving them a field goal or even a pick six. What a brutal throw. I just may have threw this game away for us. All right, so they're going to get a field goal out of that. And they're up 7-19. So that I take full accountability for that. I predetermined where I wanted to throw the football, and I paid for it. So they're going to beat us pretty badly here. We get a touchdown up at the end. But you know what? The fact that we beat the Bills, though, is pretty intriguing. I think one more offseason, we could seriously be taken very seriously. But I threw that game away. We had a chance to win it, and I came in and threw a pick. So I'll take full accountability for that one. So $46 million in cap space to work with this free agency. So it's not an absolute ton, but I'm sure there are ways we can maybe free up some more money if needed. So we have JC Latham, which is a fifth-year option, which we will accept. Spears I'll bring back too. He's decent running back depth. Jeremiah Love ended up being really good right away, but Spears is somebody I do want to keep around. Landry will be let go. Will Levis will be let go. Josh Wiley. So yeah, we're not bringing any of these guys back, but if Harold Landry was still under contract, he was going to be cut anyway. I was really hoping we would have gotten Odafe last year. We didn't, but maybe this year we can find somebody different. So let's see if there's any restructures or cuts we can make. So we could cut Jeffrey Simmons, but I'm not going to do that. We could cut, oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. Ridley, appreciate your services, but we could free up $22 million in cap space by cutting you. We got to do that one. So Garrett Wilson and Romeo Doubs become wide receiver 1 and 2. We could cut Snead as well, but I'm going to keep him. I want this next season to be... Damn, there are some big contracts we can cut away. So if we find replacements for, well, I guess it'd be Lloyd Cushenberry. Snead is still a good player. We'll see, though. I'm not cutting Simmons either. Let's take a look to see what we can do in free agency now. Also want to take a look at lineup adjustments to see if anybody has developed super nicely. So Francis and Okongwu's at 81 superstar dev, and Love is superstar. So I love seeing all the gold that I'm seeing right now. That's awesome. And honestly, Concepcion could be our wide receiver 3. I don't even know if I'm saying that last name correctly. But yeah, wide receiver 3 is totally fine and taken care of. So we don't even have to worry about anything on offense at all, actually. I actually like this offense the way it is right now. Only other thing I'd maybe upgrade is the center. Now, defensively, this is where, ooh, Pierce is up to superstar X Factor. We do need another pass rusher, though, obviously. And then we'll have to see if there's any good safeties in free agency. So pass rusher, safety, and center is kind of what we're looking for. So let's go see if any of that exists in this free agency class. It'd be great if it did. And lo and behold, here's Derek Stingley as well. Oh gosh, Minka Fitzpatrick and Tyreek Hill. We're not going for Tyreek Hill, but Aiden Hutchinson is interested in coming to the Titans, and Stingley is too. So we could technically cut, we could cut Lloyd Cushenberry and draft a center technically. There's not a good center here. So I would love to walk away with Stingley and Aiden Hutchinson if possible. I don't know if we'll get that lucky, but it would be great. I did say we could upgrade I mean, if we get all 3 of these guys, that'd be even better, but I doubt we'd get that lucky. Now, Aiden Hutchinson is 100% the most, the guy I want the most right now. He'd easily replace Landry's position, and we are his number 1 offer right now. Stingley, it'd probably be really hard to get to him, and our corners aren't bad. If I can bring in Minka Fitzpatrick, though, I think that would be ideal to just give us a little bit of an upgrade there at safety. So let's go see. I think we will go ahead and cut Lloyd Cushenberry. That should give us enough cushion to sign Minka Fitzpatrick if possible as well. And we might be ready to go win a Super Bowl next year, which would be just great. So let's cut Lloyd Cushenberry right now, if I can find it. So Cushenberry, thank you, but you give us quite a bit of money if we release you, so we will go ahead and do that. And we could worry about drafting a center in the draft. And now let's go see if we can get Minka Fitzpatrick. Stingley would be awesome too, but I feel like we could use Minka Fitzpatrick more than we could use Stingley, if that makes sense. So let's see if we can get Aiden Hutchinson and Minka Fitzpatrick in the same free agency. Fingers crossed. And we will get... Okay, we get Aiden Hutchinson right away. Minka Fitzpatrick is still considering options. Washington is coming in hard on him. There's George Kalafis on the board as well if we want to further boost our D-line. But we're going to try for Minka Fitzpatrick. So Minka Fitzpatrick was still his number one offer. I do want to bring him in. 5-year deal would probably be better. You know, sign him through his age 35 season or whatever. So let's see. We're number one offer still. Do we get him? And we do. So Minka Fitzpatrick and Aiden Hutchinson, really good to add to this defense. I love that a ton. We can move those guys around, and I will see you guys in the draft to complete this team. Picking 26th in this draft, you guys kind of know where I want to go first. If possible, I would like to get an O-lineman, preferably a center, obviously to replace. We have Flanagan on the board, and that is where we'll go. So Justin Flanagan, welcome to the Titans. Gives us a starter at that center position. Number 39 true value, but he is hidden dev, so we'll absolutely take that. And that was a position we truly needed to obviously replace Lloyd Cushenberry being gone, and then we'll make this second rounder. And I think I'm gonna let my assistant GM take care of the rest, which actually we have 2 second rounders, one from the trade, obviously. So Isaiah Alford for depth sounds decent to me. Although, do we like anything else? Let's see. Jackson, go Alford, Francois. We don't need a running back, obviously. Andrews, Ben Bryant, Ty Lawrence. I mean, we could draft another tight end just to kind of give another weapon on offense. So yeah, why not? I'll go Ty Lawrence here with our first round 2 pick. 6-1 true value, only normal dev, but still will be good depth behind Okonkwo regardless. And now let's go to our other round 2, and we'll call it good here. So other round 2 selection, we have Alfred still on the board, and that is where I'll go. So Alfred, welcome. And now we'll see you guys with the lineup for year number 3, where I cannot wait to see how good this team is going to be. So our defensive overall is an 89 overall going into year number 3. So like I said, I cannot wait to see how good our defense is this season. So we got Jalen Milroe, Flanagan, Fries, Francis, Okonkwo, Lawrence, Romeo Doves, Milroe, Jeremiah Love, Tajay Spears, Kevin, Garrett Wilson, JC Latham, Skoronski. So everything looks really good on this offense, and same thing for the defense. So we got a couple guys at D tackle, not for depth, but Kendall Fuller, Roger McCurry, Sneed, Minka Fitzpatrick, James Pierce, Kobe King, Jerome Baker, Aiden Hutchinson, Bowman, I should say. And we're going to leave everything the way it is from last year. The offensive scheme is going to stay the same. I will see you guys at the end of year 3, where hopefully we are a playoff team once again. It'd be also awesome if we somehow secure the first seed, but we will see. So at the end of the season, we finish up at 11-6, and I do not see a matchup in wildcard weekend. So either we miss the playoffs at 11-6, or we got the bye. If we miss the playoffs at 11-6, that'd be pretty devastating. Oh my gosh, we missed the playoffs at 11-6. 11 wins did not get us into the postseason. That's actually insane. Holy crap, that is wild. Okay, well, I was like, okay, maybe we got the first seed. No, not at all. 11-6 misses us. That's crazy, dude. Wow. 53. That's wild. 11-6 to end the season, and we don't make the playoffs. That is insanity. Well, I guess we got another season to go, because I'm not ending this like that, where we just take our goodbyes on 11-6 and don't make the playoffs. That is really disappointing. I won't even begin to tell you how crappy that is. I've not seen that, but I've seen 12-5 miss the playoffs before in Madden. It's insanity. But let's go to the re-signing stage, and we'll see if we can't make something happen here in the re-signing stage. So $89 million in cap space. We'll see who's all a free agent. So I know Simmons is going to be a free agent. James Pierce, a 5th-year option, which we'll accept. Simmons has no interest in coming back. I didn't even look at the stats because they're so flabbergasted by missing the playoffs, which is just wild. But offensively, first NFL. Damn, bro. That sucks. First NFL, and we missed the playoffs. Defensively, top 15. 24-8 from Milroe. Love with 17 touchdowns, 17 from Milroe on the ground. Garrett Wilson and Romeo Dobbs were good. Only 1 touchdown for Garrett Wilson, though. It was a little crappy. 13 sacks from Aiden Hutchinson, 11 from Simmons, 8 from Parker, 6.5 from Sweat, and then 3 interceptions from Sneed. So, well, we got a lot of work to get to, so let's go ahead and do it. So here's the state of the team currently on offense. So Jeremiah Love's up to a 92, Milroe's a 93, Garrett Wilson 93, Francis 93. Flanagan was really good right away, and Okonkwo is still superstar dev as well. Defensively, I think this is where we got a little bit weaker. So obviously, middle linebacker is a huge problem now. But all in all, we need a 3rd corner, and we need another middle linebacker mostly. So that is what we'll be looking for in free agency, although we have little to no money left because the team is starting to get expensive. So $17 million in cap space should be able to have us cover somebody. So McKinney is here. Quinyon Mitchell is here. Wow, Quinyon Mitchell. Although I hate to do it in real life, I got to bring him in. So I guess we don't have enough money. Well, I'm going to make enough money and we'll make it happen. So let's go ahead and cut somebody or restructure some contracts because we're all in on next season at this point. So Quinyon Mitchell and then Garrett Wilson. So hopefully that gives us enough to sign a middle linebacker as well, because those are the two spots that are kind of blank right now for us. So Quinyon Mitchell and a middle linebacker. I guess there's Jack Campbell here, who I kind of just glossed over for a second. But yeah, Quinyon Mitchell's interested in coming here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get Quinyon Mitchell on the team. And yeah, it looks like he'll come here. And then Jack Campbell would be great too if we're able to get him. And that would kind of fix everything, I guess. He can reunite with his boy from Detroit. So do we get Jack Campbell? I don't know, but that'd be great if we did. So we get Mitchell, but we do not get Campbell. So let's go see if there's a different middle linebacker. There's Barden, and then there's Kenneth Murray. So not really. All right. You know what? Screw the draft. I'm trading for a middle linebacker because I'm all in on next season. I don't even really care about the draft in this final season because I want to make it happen. So middle linebacker will be traded for. I'm very upset we missed the playoffs like that at 11-6. That's so insane. Drew Sanders, who is superstar dev and is really good. So what about a second for him? What do you say, Denver? And they're close to accepting it. Okay, what about a fourth on top of that? And that should settle it. And it put them over the cap. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go to a different middle linebacker then. Jay Higgins, Jeremy and Sherwood, Ernest Jones, Henley, Nick Bolton. Okay, Nick Bolton could be pretty nice. Demetrius Knight, Jordan Brooks. We got Zach Bond. Okay. Drake Bowen, who's superstar dev and fits our scheme. Second and fourth rounder. Great, accepted. All right. I'll see you guys at the end of next season because I don't even really care about the draft at this point. I'm ready to get right back into the swing of things and make the damn playoffs because last year was brutal the way that ended. So at the end of this season, we went 13-4, and once again, I do not see a wild card matchup. Now, I will tell you, if we miss the playoffs at 13-4, I'll never play this game again. And no, we got the first seed this time. I was about to say, dude, no way, right? 13-4 doesn't get us in. But offensively, we picked up right back where we left off, 5th in the NFL again. We were first last year, so top 5, and defensively first in the NFL. So both sides of the ball were fantastic. Jeremiah Love continues to be so damn good. Romeo Dubs, Garrett Wilson, more touchdowns this year, but less yards, and then 10 from Kevin. Defensively, sacks-wise, we had 14.5 from Parker, 14 from Hutchinson, 12.5 from Simmons, 5 from Bowen, 5 from Pierce, 5 from Isaiah Alford, 3 interceptions from Quinyon Mitchell, 2 from McCurry, 1 from Bowen, 1 from Billy Bowman, 1 from Fitzpatrick, and 1 from Dylan. All right, let's jump in to divisional weekend and see who we get to play. So we only have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. So let's see who it will be. It will be the Bills again in round 1. So let's see if we can't beat the Buffalo Bills to get back to the Super Bowl. Or not back to the Super Bowl, just get to the Super Bowl in general. We have not been there yet. All right, so Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills this time come to Nashville. Oh my gosh, we got a rainy day on our hands. So we've built this team up to this point to try to go win a Lombardi, and we will put up a field goal, 14-3. And can we come out here? Oh my gosh, are we gonna get blown out? I mean, this is how it started last time we came back, but I don't think that's happening this time. 24-10. I mean, technically we could score again, but that is gonna be how this one ends. So we lose in the divisional round after going 13-4. We missed the playoffs at 11-6 last year. Brutal stuff, man. So the rebuild started promising and it ended poorly, but I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. It was worth a video try, and it just did not work out. Jim Morrell, you let me down, but I hope you all enjoyed anyway. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.